Hello, true duelists. It's me, Regular Fee. Nothing distinct or notable here. And welcome to the new card report. Rage of the Abyss is here, and it is here. And by it is here, I mean in the OCG. They've had some reveals for the pack, namely in the art and the first deck to be getting support. And that is, of course, with Sharks. Will the deck be more than the Bahamut Toad spam or Kragan control it has been now with this new support? Possibly. Possibly not. As to why that is, I guess we have to look at the cards to find out. Surfacing Big Jaws is a level 4 water fish with 1800 attack and 300 defense. Near identical stats to the original Big Jaws, but where the original is a dogshit card, this is instead a Stratos for Sharks. On normal or special summon, it adds a fish-type shark monster from your deck to your hand, and if a spell card was activated this turn, it can special summon itself from your hand. How cool is that? Hopefully as cool as the fact that special summoning it in this way will lock you into only summoning Xyz monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, because it does that. And lastly, if used to summon a water Xyz monster, it can be treated as either level 3 or 5, because sharks. For one thing, it's very funny it mentions shark as a card type, because on a technical level, this makes all cards with shark in their name part of one archetype. And that includes Corroding Shark or Sky Striker Mecha Shark Cannon. That's a shark card, just not a fish-type shark monster. Comedy. And it's got a self-summoning condition for a Stratos, and that's about as easy to pull off as it can be. Use a spell card and start spamming out fish. Do fish have an abundance of spell cards they like to use specifically? Beyond maybe like Moray of Greed and White Mirror or whatever Fish Reborn is? Couldn't tell you, but there are enough good spell cards in this game for that to be a good effect. The Xyz lock kinda sucks, but then so does Shark, so I guess that's fine. 2 cheers for consistency, and a huge shout out to Konami for making Big Jaws big playable. And what better to add off Fish Stratos than Fish Poplar? That's right, the Poplar strains continue because it's an epidemic of poplars. Drake Shark, which of course lives in fear of Kendrick Shark, is a level 4 water fish with 1400 attack and 1050 defense, which I'm assuming is half of the original attack of the Shark Drake Xyz monster, but I refuse to Google it and will instead tell you that it is objective fact without confirming it at all. If this is added to the hand except by drawing it, it'll special summon itself. And look at that, if this is used for an Xyz summon of a water attribute monster, it'll count as 2 materials. Big Jaws is now a 1-card Shark Drake. How fancy. And while a Shark Drake Xyz monster has this card as material, it will gain the effect to detach 2 materials from the Xyz to target a spell or trap card on the field and attach it to itself as a material. I don't know what the exact purpose of making Shark Drake a Goblin's Crazy Beast serves, but it's not terrible. In all honesty, it's Fish Poplar. If nothing else, it makes Big Jaws a 1-card rank 4 Xyz. And if you didn't need to special summon it, it can even be a Link 2. So, there's options. Kragan, Toad for nib insurance, using your normal. That's kind of what the kids refer to as decent, isn't it? It's also goofy and ugly and playable. And why the fuck is Poplar the new standard of card design? Like this one, they didn't even add a search or do much beyond making exactly Shark Drake super spammable, and probably one other Xyz monster I'm forgetting out, but like it's still great even if that's all it does. Why does every deck need a Poplar? And we're gonna get 2,000 Poplars apparently. Can they at least be cute as well? Or BEEG and not this fugly ass? A man can hope, and by a man, I mean a marsh. Armored Shark is a shark card as well, you won't believe it. A level 4 water fish with 500 attack and 2000 defense. That'll always be treated as an Armored Xyz card, because simply including Xyz in the name of this would make too much sense. This can send a water Xyz monster from your extra deck to the grave to then target a fish monster in your grave with a level equal to the sent monster's rank and special summon it out. To ready those equipped from the grave effects, no doubt. It also has the effect to, on the opponent's turn, if it's in the grave, target a water Xyz monster you control and equip this to it as an equip spell that gives it 500 additional attack. So this one really just sets up the new Armored Xyz monsters, which I say because I've been using them in Goblins, and this will trigger their rank 7's effect to blorp a monster on the opponent's turn, which is groovy. And it sets up the trap to give it an Xyz to equip from the graveyard by, dumping it to get the special summon effect, and, probably other Armored Xyz monster effects that are good with this that I'm too ignorant to know about. Like, I don't know, maybe a spell card to abuse Sharkos' effect? Is it obvious that Sharkos is referring to Stratos? God, I hope so. Either way, it's fine. No special summoning condition, but with setup it can get the plays going, and that's not bad. Plus, it does have cool armor, so at least its name is somewhat true, even though they should have included Xyz in it. What were they thinking? For new Xyz monsters, there's of course number 32, Shark Drake Leviathan, a rank 5 water sea serpent that needs 4 level 5 monsters to summon. Nah, you can actually just rank this up with a rank up spell, or better yet, Xyz summon this by discarding a spell card and then using a rank 4 Shark Drake Xyz you control with its materials getting transferred. This can quick effect attach a material to target an effect monster, negate its effects, and then change its attack and defense to 0. How schnifty. It can also, of course, make 2 attacks in each battle phase, and if it attacks a defense position monster, it inflicts piercing damage. The comedy is you can hard make this in like Cyber Dragon to be bad, and get all of its effects, since this is like the first number C monster I know of that doesn't care about having the little version of it as material. There might be other ones, but I don't know about them. Beyond that, Sharkos and Popfish, or Fishlar. Either way, with the new cards, you can easily get the materials to make this without your normal, depending on, whether or not you use a spell card, which is solid. It's an extra negate, and the attack debuff is solid to keep you safe or even potentially steal a game. A solid card, and a cool-looking one, but confusing, because why does it look like that? Why do they look... I get it, it's clearly, Shark Drake, and in 2013, I played that, so I do have a softness for this card nostalgia-wise, but it doesn't... What am I... It's not a fish. It's not a shark. Why does it have legs? I'm so confused. Either way, let's move on. Le Virtue Dragon is just the stupidest Redditor-sounding thing in the world, and also way less cool-looking than the Leviathan Dragon because it's just kind of paler. Like, this one just gets less sunlight. Either way, this is a rank 3 water sea serpent with 2,000 attack, no defense, and needs any 2 level 3s to make. On special summon, this can add a copy of Virtue Stream from your deck to your hand, which is a new trap card I'll go over later. It can also activate one of 2 effects on your turn, either detaching a material to add a fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your grave to your hand except for a copy of itself, because I guess they learned from Daigusto Emerald or something, or you can target 2 Xyz monsters on the field, detach a material from one of them, and then attach it to the other as material. So you just kind of swap materials there, just trade. I mean, that's a really stupid way to trigger Bigabonga, but I'm a little bit too goblin-pilled at the moment, so we can move on from that. Mostly, it's a way to get and reuse Fishlar for the free body, and because Poplar effects are just abusable like that, and other stuff if you want, like, Sharkos or anything else to be back in your hand to use it again. Maybe you Foolish Burial to Coelacanth. It's not advised, but it's possible. This feels pretty weak compared to, like, Leviair or Leviathan, which... this clearly looks and is based off of, but it is a water, which is probably important. You probably get locked, you might have 3, you can make it, I don't know, dude. It searches a trap. Beyond that, unless you really want that trap, it's just the Dyatlov, okay? It's not great, it's not terrible. Let's just move on. Surface Aquajet is a new version of the Battle Buff card from 2011, but made to be good instead of bad. A normal spell, this can special summon a level 4 or lower fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster from your hand or graveyard, and while you control that monster, you will only be able to summon Xyz monsters from the extra deck. If your opponent controls an attack position monster and this is in the grave, you can banish this from your grave, then target one of your 3 fishy types, and have that card gain 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. See, now that's how you do it. It gives the buff like the original did, so it's a callback, but that's a bonus graveyard effect, and its actual effect is one you can use practically to not just go neg-1 to hopefully win 1 battle. A reborn or extender from the hand, if needed, is pretty damn good. Half the deck Xyz locks you anyways, so that restriction is negligible. Michael Lykel. Nothing phenomenal, but nothing to complain about. There's also Reincarnate Unveil Mail, an equipped spell card that's always treated as an armored Xyz card. An Xyz monster that's equipped with this card can't be destroyed by battle, and if it battled this turn, you can activate this quick effect to return an equipped card equipped to that Xyz monster to the hand, and then right after this resolves, you can Xyz summon a water monster. That's cool. If it's in the graveyard during the end phase, it can also equip itself to an Xyz monster you control, so that's nice, I guess. So this is the forgettable one, right? Like, if you really, really want to make that rank 7 armored Xyz and equip it with something right away on your turn to get its effects to blorp a monster, in which case you can call it a searchable one of. There's also the fact that its initials are RUM, like rank up magic, because this has an effect to rank up, but that's really an Easter egg and not really anything important. I guess what you're meant to do is make the new Shark Drake, because you make the original Shark Drake, equip it with this, battle, and then you can bounce this card itself to the hand to then immediately Xyz summon by discarding it. So it gets you your new rank 5 Shark Drake. That's cool. Feels weird and like they should have just made it a rank up spell anyways, but hey, maybe it's an anime reference I'm just not getting. It works. I don't know why they couldn't have made it a rank up spell, but whatever. Virtue Stream is, of course, the normal trap that our new little not Leviair can search out, and it's a Fisharus Attack. Target a fish, sea serpent, or aqua you control, 2 cards the opponent controls, and destroy all of them. And you can banish it from the grave and target 1 monster on the field to apply an effect based on its attribute. If you've targeted a water monster, the next time it will be destroyed by card effects, it won't be. And if you targeted a non-water monster, it becomes a water monster. So, it's to help you play under your own Kyurishin? Maybe? Why? Who put that there? Really, the grave effect is a cute one-time dodge from destruction, or a way to block paleo players just to be rude, and it's otherwise just an Icarus attack. The saving grace is that it's entirely searchable, and technically any rank 3 deck that puts in Le Virtue Dragon can throw this in as a Garnet and have an on-demand Icarus attack regardless of what other deck actually is. Like, Goblins can do that now. I don't know if they should, but they can. It's just an option for fans of Garnets. So, Phantom Knight players, you gotta consider this because your Garnet addiction is known, and you clearly have no care for treating it. Xyz's Poseidon Splash, I guess, is a neat throwback to Poseidon Wave and is the last card revealed. This is a normal trap that has 2 effects, but you can only use one of them on a turn. On activation, this will require you to have an Xyz monster with a material. If you do, you can declare an attribute, and then destroy all monsters on the field of that attribute that don't have any equip spells. Or you can banish this card from your grave and detach a material from one of your Xyz monsters to special summon a fish, sea serpent, or aqua from your grave to either field. My god, they finally gave us a way to put Silent Wobby onto the opponent's field on the opponent's turn. They finally did it. And that's all I even care to say about it. The grave effect is like, okay, but you need to have it in your graveyard first. And beyond Foolish Burial Goods for this, your other option is a board wipe for non-equipped monsters of 1 attribute. If the opponent is playing a 1 attribute deck, that's arguably good, but this isn't even searchable. And if they have multiple attributes, it's kind of bunk. And yeah, you could make Kragan and then use this so that the opponent's monsters are all water, but again, there's no searching this. And top decking this with no Xyz on board sounds like a great way to have a bad time. That's all I really have to say about this in general. How many times have I said that so far? My god, Marshtomp brains are not that large. So, would you look at that? The first cards from Rage of the Abyss, and none of them were Mermail cards, so I'm pissed. But really, there's enough good stuff here to make Shark decks more viable, even if only at locals or at a regional level. Still, someone's just giddy to see the whole make 2 materials from 1 monster, because that was an effect, I guess, in the anime, and now Ugly Poplar has it, and people are losing their shit about that specifically. Sharks have another relatively easy to make negate with the new Shark Drake, and a 1.5 card combo to make it with Shark Stratos and any 1 spell card. Plus, rank 3 decks who are a fan of really dumb techs can throw in Le Virtue Dragon to make awful Redditor lay jokes, as well as an Icarus attack for minimal investment. Maybe even given another card for more Xyz materials while they do it by just swapping material. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say here, truthfully. There's a lot of solid cards here, and some forgettable ones. I don't think fish or sharks are now particularly meta, but they're not bad. Honestly, I kind of want to play it just because I really like the art of Big Jaws. It's so stupid looking. I want to play it. Shoutouts, of course, go to the LIFD magnetic display for this video because they're helping me pay the bills. Damn it, that's what's up. So obviously, big thanks to them. If you want to save 15%, promo code YGOStrats15, you throw that in at the checkout. You can click the link in the description, however you want to go about it. Huge props to them. It's totally been in this video for real. I definitely set up to do that. As always, I've been your host, a regular man, just a normal fella, an authentic human dude. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. The update will be out on Friday. As always, remember, once you subscribe, not only do you impress your smoking Italian wife, you become a true duelist. So get on that, because if you aren't a true duelist, yeah, it's kind of cringe, dude. Get on that.